Welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I'm going to be discussing this whole issue with Trump and the Epstein files, and I'm going to connect it to the American Party. But I'm going to be bold and be upfront and make this prediction about what I think is going to take place. And this is something that popped into my head. Now, many of you know that Trump ran on the whole thing with Mr. E, the Epstein files, doing the investigation, bringing people to justice, the people that he has in his administration. Now it seems like there's a massive turnaround. But I'm going to say this because this relates to Elon Musk and the American Party that he just set up. And I'm going to go ahead and predict that all of this with the Trump and Elon feud is a setup. Once the feud started, Elon started attacking Trump about the Epstein files, Mr. E, and that's how I'm going to refer to him. And this was their way to create an alternative party, because you remember Trump had ran on breaking the two-party system, right? He had to run under the Republican ticket to win. But I think the ultimate goal is for him to be a part of the American Party. And I think that was set up from the beginning, right? But when it comes to the Trump and Elon feud, it kicked off the American Party. Right now, Elon is talking about the whole thing with Epstein. He got the media talking about it, and then Trump did his 180. So now everything looks really, really bad. And then eventually, what is going to take place is they are going to release the Epstein files, because all of this was a big ruse. By doing this, you're also seeing who's making moves. You're exposing people in cover-ups, and so on. So I think this is exactly what's going to happen. So the Trump and Elon feud was done on purpose. Elon created the American Party. And when the Epstein files are released, the embarrassment is so bad from the Republicans, Trump leaves the Republican Party for the American Party, therefore solidifying the American Party. Remember, Kim Clement said it would take 5 years and people would be disgusted with the Republicans and the Democrats. Now, this could have been a plan from the very beginning to break the political system, as Trump had promised, exposing those involved and those involved in the cover-up dealing with Epstein and many other things, including all the financial crimes, the deep state, U.S. aid. There's a lot more to this. And people need to know that there have been many Republicans and conservatives that have been involved with Epstein for a very long time. People don't understand that. So I think it's all a big ruse. But I think that it's also going to reveal people that are around Trump. And you remember what Kim Clement had said about 3 people being removed that are around Trump, right? Because they're speaking into his ear. So he needs to get rid of those 3 people. I don't know if this is partially related, but you guys know that how Trump spoke in the past and how he is speaking now. He's just like completely dismissing it. And the way that he says it is just ridiculous, right? It's completely opposite of his campaign promises. He's not really addressing MAGA, and that was part of his, campaign promises. So hopefully people won't try to prophesy this now. So I'm giving you that prediction that the whole thing with Elon and Trump was a ruse. Elon started the American Party. The Epstein files are going to come out. Then Trump is going to leave the Republican Party and join the American Party, therefore solidifying it, bringing people from both sides of the aisle and MAGA and anybody else to join the American Party. This plan could have been in place for a very long time, or it could have been put in place during the time Elon was working with Trump on auditing the government. Right now, Trump is looking really bad concerning this. There's a lot of people upset. A lot of people think that this is all true. People are feeling like they've been backstabbed by the Republicans and Trump and the people that have been saying all these things for years. Now, if this is true, what Trump is doing, and he's really shutting everything down, there's no ruse, there's no anything else, then that's going to end up being one crazy situation. So to me, it just has to be a setup. You guys remember, I used to do these videos about Mr. E and how it's connected to the wealth transfer and the rest of a lot of the people that are in the financial realm, because Epstein worked in the financial realm. So a lot of the people that have been standing in the way of certain things, people that we might like, people that might be Republicans or conservatives, who knows how it's all going to play out. But I remember one quote that Trump said, that you're going to be watching TV every single day because something new is going to come out. Now, as I'm making this video, Bitcoin is at 113,500. So it is making new all-time highs. And the Dow Jones is up 304 points at 44,762. It did reach its all-time high not that long ago at 45,000. I'm expecting it to go up to the 60,000 mark. So when it comes to the markets and the crash and the global currency reset and just the reset in general, the whole thing with Mr. E, it's all connected because these people, a lot of these people have been in charge, companies that dealt with Mr. E and governments that have dealt with Mr. E. And I'm not going to say any more on that because there's a lot of people that, everything's going on in the Middle East, and there's one particular country that may have used Epstein to control America and how they vote and how they support this certain country. Now, when you look at the top stories dealing with Epstein and all that stuff, I mean, the Trump administration is getting hammered on this. A lot of people are saying a lot of things on social media about, the Pam Bondis and the Don Bongo or whatever his name is, Kash Patel. You look at these headlines. Confronted over Epstein files, Trump and Bondi tell supporters to move on. Really? You're going to tell your supporters to move on? This will not go away. Trump faces MAGA trust crisis over Epstein debacle. Democrats gloat as MAGA world explodes over Epstein files. And then you have Bill O'Reilly that came out and said he claimed he had a conversation with Trump, that most of the people that are associated that are in the files had nothing to do with what Epstein was involved in. Now, this article from the Daily Beast just came out. Trump held talks on pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell. President Donald Trump weighed pardoning Maxwell for fear that she would spill secrets about his decade-long friendship with convicted blank offender Mr. E. And that might be very possible because she wasn't the main one and she's being the fall person. But you guys see my point. There's this whole thing seems like it's a big mess. It seems like the Trump administration is in a massive cover-up. But even by the way that they did it, just saying all these ridiculous statements, if you weren't going to deal with it, you would just be quiet and let it die off on its own. And use those excuses they've been using here and there. Once the Epstein files are released, Trump will be disgusted with the Republican Party and everything involved and go to the American Party. Right? And that's how it's going to be established, right? And maybe it was a plan from the beginning. So that all remains to be seen. So anyways, folks, I thank you guys for listening. God bless.